Hello and welcome back to Football Manager once again. We have now made it to the Yeovil town fixture. I wasn't aware that it said 13th, I thought it said 18th. So I was expecting a full week's wait between Kingsley and Yeovil. But because we haven't, I've actually been forced to make a lot of changes to the side that probably weakened it a fair bit, I must admit. On top of that, Jamie Allen's actually out on international duties with Montserrat. I didn't even know they had an actual national team because I thought they were part of the dependencies of Britain, like Falkland Islands, that sort of thing. I wasn't aware they were their own national football team. But yes, he's out on international duty with Montserrat, and as such, he won't be able to be on the bench. Financially, the club's in complete disarray, and I think I will be leaving the club at the end of this season. I've done what I can to save the club from being relegated into the national, I assume, North. I don't even know where Halifax is, I must be honest. But yes, from the National League to the regional national divisions, I've done that. I've saved them from relegation because at this point in time, I'm pretty sure with, 10 games left to play, or less than 10 games left to play, I don't think Halifax will drop enough points, as well as the bottom three gaining enough points for us to be relegated at this point. Especially seeing as 2 wins from us, with 2 defeats from Weymouth and Dagenham Redbridge, and 1 defeat for Altrincham, would mean we are actually safe from relegation entirely. So, not that big of a problem in my book, at least. A win for us today could see us rise to 10th if Boreham would fail to win. And then another win on top of that, with our games in hand, could see us in the playoffs. But I don't expect us to finish in the playoffs for multiple reasons. Namely, the final few games we are against difficult opposition. For instance, we've got Yeovil today, Solihull Moors, we've got after that. We've got, not Dover, Bromley as well, they're very difficult opposition. We've also got Sutton and Chesterfield. So it's not going to be an easy run-in to the end of the season, I must say. But in saying that as well, I must admit as well as that it's probably not going to be impossible. Because we're only 5 points out with 2 games in hand on the majority of teams above us. We could do it. But I don't see us getting promoted, even if we did. So, let's go into this game today. This is the team I've selected for today's game. Guevara is back in, as you can see. But there are a few players who have been dropped because of fitness problems, such as you can see here, Jack Hobbs, Tomlinson, Earing and Williams. Although Williams actually dropped for Guevara to come back in, I should stress to mention. So that was less of a fitness problem, more of a he's back. So here is today's fixture for Yeovil Town. Adam Smith in goal with Daniel Ledbetter, Luke Wilkinson, Josh Staunton, M. Worthington, Albie Sekendi, Lawson Dath, Oliver Cooper, Joe Quigley and Courtney Duffus, with Carl Dickinson as captain. As substitutes for them, they have Jack Clark, Harry Palmer, Lee Collins, Gary Rogers and Reese Murphy. Whilst Halifax Town have Matt Jones in goal, Tyler Magloire as acting captain, Scott Harrison, Niall Mayer and Tom Bradbury in defence, Kieran Green, Luke Summerfield in the midfield, sitting just behind Paris Montgomery in attacking central midfield, with Oddy Alpha and Guevara as left and right wing respectively, with George Miller in striking position. On the bench we have Nathan Clark, Jeff King, Yusuf Ojibode, Ruben Reid and Zumana Bakayogo. So let's pump fists and try and keep this run going. We don't want to lose for obvious reasons, but we want to do what we can to do what needs to be done to win this fixture. So throw in from Bradbury into Guevara looking to Summerfield, now to Miller, out wide finding Guevara again, and Oddy Alpha very nearly scoring in the first 5 minutes. A far more lively affair this one than our King's Lynn game, I must admit, in terms of highlights, but still as of yet 0-0. Oddy Alpha already at 7.1, brilliant. It's going to go down obviously as the game progresses if he doesn't score a goal or doesn't continue to do his good exploits. Throwing it from Bradbury all the way looking for Guevara, but it's a poor throw and ends up with Quigley. Now to Dath. Dath looking forward, finds Quigley again, who pays it in the middle back to Dath once more. Dath now looking up out to the right wing for Lebita, and he gets past Guevara, and he crosses it in for Duffus, but his header is over the bar, thankfully, into the Halifax fans. Now, of course, as anyone's aware of the new regulations in terms of fans being at stadiums, they can't pick up the ball, so unfortunately it's going to have to bounce back from the steps, obviously. Thrown from Magloire to Green, now into the middle looking for Summerfield, to Alpha forward looking for Magoma, but it's a poor ball, and Smith picks it up. Long kick over the top from Smith looking for Quigley and does find him. Duffus now with the ball, plays it to Lebita, who shoots wide of the post. Matt Jones with a goal kick now, out to the left wing looking for Guevara, but it's a terrible ball. And then Bradbury with a very good tackle, getting the ball out to Guevara, over the top looking for Miller now, who's running in behind, but Wilkinson picks it up and plays it to Smith. Smith with the ball out to Wilkinson. Wilkinson running it forward, over the top now looking for Quigley, who does get it, but thankfully Mayer makes a beautiful tackle to block that shot. And after 40 minutes, Yeovil Town are by far in control of this match, with more shots and better possession, merely only just, but they have got control. Bradbury with a good throw to Guevara, who shoots off of the crossbar back in the middle again, and after an extra 2 shots, the ball is just clasped out of the air by Smith. That is not a good sign. But I'm just going to say, we've been the better team. Let's keep doing what we're doing. We have got a better XG. Still not entirely sure what the purpose of XG actually is, whether it's number of goals that should have been scored or average number of goals that will be scored in a game with these sorts of stats. I'm not sure. Skendi now with the ball into the box, and Courtney Duffus makes it 1-0 to Yeovil. And unfortunately our run might be ending. 52 minutes on the clock now. Halifax Town have gone 1-0 down. And I'll make my first change. I'll make my first change now. They're probably going to score again. Ruben Reid coming on for George Miller to play as a target man. And we're also going to bring off Guevara for Jeff King, who's going to play as an attacking advanced playmaker, and I was right, 2 goals down. And finally, Kieran Green coming off for Paris Magoma, and we're going to change the formation to be, well, I wasn't say 2 up top, we can't do 2 up top, so instead we're actually going to have a fifth defender brought in for the team. And that's unfortunately the best we can really do with the team we've got. Oddie Alpha now with the ball, running it to the right wing. Gets across, blocked, and out for a corner kick after 60 minutes. And we didn't even get to see the corner kick, meaning it was very poor. But I think at this point, 2-0 down, we're not coming back from this result. And yeah, we are not doing well enough. So we're going to have attacking mentality for the last 20 minutes or so, but we've dropped down to 13th place. We need to finish in the top half, so somewhere around here, but it's unlikely. Rogers with a corner kick swings it in, headed onto the crossbar, and then cleared by Mayer. We are barely keeping ourselves 2-0 down, which is not a good thing, of course. We need to be pulling back goals, but we just can't seem to do it. And by the looks of things, Weymouth have just equalised with Barnet, which is not good either. And after 90 or so minutes, Halifax Town lose to Yeovil, and our 12-match unbeaten run is over. And again, I'm not happy, because why would I be? 2-0 loss to a team that we'd beaten 1-0 away, at home, earlier in the season, just shows that we don't have consistency at this level, which is, again, a big frustration. Barnet did actually end up winning their match against Weymouth, so that's good for them, of course. Chesterfield did help us out a lot by beating Boreham Wood, Eastleigh have only gone ahead of us because of goal difference, but we have a game in hand over both them and Wealdstone, so we should go ahead of them with our game in hand, as well as Boreham Wood with our 2 games in hand over them, to send us up to 10th place at least. We are 3 points clear of Solihull Moors. We're then another 4 points clear further down to Bromley. So theoretically, we are very safe. We shouldn't have to worry, in other words. So, yeah. Anything important to be mentioned here? What's this? Oh yes, trial day. We need some new defenders and midfielders because we've not got enough really to strongly play a side. So I looked put up trial day, but they said no. Now Bradbury suffers defeating his former club. Yes. Youth candidates evaluated. We only signed 2 of them. Ruben Reid remains upbeat despite goal drought. Again, it's a worry that he's not scoring goals, of course, but some things will improve over time. And Aldershot end their unbeaten run with a loss to Bromley, as we lost our unbeaten run to Yeovil, so not great. So, yeah, until next time, which will be the final 2 games of the season, being matches against Altrincham and Chesterfield, I bid thee adieu and goodbye.